Hey guys, Emily here at Caffeinated Plans. If you're new here, welcome. This is my channel where we are budgeting my way through $68,000 through debt. We are currently on Dave Ramsey step number 2. And if you are coming back, welcome back. We've got my, I always really don't know whatever to call this, but it's my budget book, I guess. That's what we'll go with for today. And we are going to be going over our November expenses and seeing how we did and also comparing it to other months. So here it is. Hoping we get the full double spread that we did here. This was a calendar. It was my first time doing it in this book. I just wanted to see how everything was, how everything happens and laid out. I didn't really do much with it after I made the spread. But here we are, so we can go ahead and go through. All right, so here we have our income in October rollover. So we had budgeted that it would be $3,535.70, which it was and always is, as well as the October rollover. So the overall income for November was the $4,114.99. For our bills, we have Owl Crate, Verizon, Hulu, Nintendo, Google Storage, DC Universe, YNAB, and Glow. And all of them came out as planned except for Google Storage, which again, I have yet to fix. I did not update my card information. I have not done it yet. And I did not budget for it in December because clearly it's something I'm not going to fix. And I haven't fixed it probably because I do not need it. Glow was also 4 cents. I just wasn't budgeting the right number. But here we are. So bills came out pretty good. Now for the living expenses. For business, I always budget $150. I only spent $12.95. So we had $137 left there. For personal, I budgeted $100 and we spent $184.15. So we were over, and I'm just going to highlight all of the things that were over in this gray matte liner, $84.15. For beauty, and just so you know, my beauty purchases are things that I put on or do after I moisturize my face. So that was $50. We budgeted $50. That was on nail products. And it came out to $60.42. So we were over $10.42 in that category as well. For beauty services, that's mainly my eyelashes. I budgeted $150 for the month. We spent $120. So we were under by $30. I'm going to leave that. For dining out, we budgeted $100. We were over. We spent $217.14. So we were over by $117.14. So that was a lot. And I don't really have any excuses right now. I don't know what happened. For gaming, we also budgeted $100. We were over. We spent $160.63. And we were over by $60.63. And this is shocking because I thought I would be under this month, but I wasn't. Craft, stick and storage, we did not budget anything for it. We did not spend anything, so that looks great. For groceries, we budgeted $425. We had an extra $100 budget into groceries because it is November. And I just wanted to make sure that we were good on a few of the holiday events that we're having around my house. We were great. We spent $358.03. So we were under by $66.97. For unbudgeted, we had budgeted $50. I actually spent $70. I know I went to Barnes & Noble's and I renewed my card, but I'm not really too sure why it's $70 here. I might have just put the whole thing for the actual purchase. So I may need to go back and edit that, but we were over by $20. For transportation, we budgeted $350. And we only spent we spent $351.05. So we were over $1.05, which actually is pretty good for the difference part. So overall, our budget, we only want to spend about $1,400. We were closer to $1,600, and we overspent $109.37 in this category, including the $137.05 that would have looks like it would help us out, but we were still over. For our debt, we budgeted $155. $1,554.63. And we only paid $1,290. So the difference, although it is positive, is not something that we want it to be. We were under $264.34. Which, you know, when you overspend here and you do other things, you just can't do things in life that you want. But overall, I think it's a really good number. I'm really impressed by November. I felt like I struggled a lot in making the right decisions, but it looks okay. For our sinking funds, I was having a very hard time referring back to paper and what I wanted it to look like, but it's okay. So we started with these numbers at the beginning of November. The only budget I think that got money and didn't change drastically was Christmas. At the time of me writing it, because I do think I spent a little bit. They got the $150, didn't change too much, and also medical. I don't know why I'm highlighting because these are good things, but okay. Everything else, I added the budget amount, but I also noticed that I would spend. So like for clothing, I added $100, but I'm pretty sure I spent close to it because it changed by $19.86, and so I'm only left with $66. So notice that I'm putting money into my savings funds, but literally spending it in the next 3.8 seconds, which is fine. I mean, the savings funds are definitely holding it down. Like Christmas is definitely holding it down. I'm very thankful to have that, and birthday. But like clothing, at this point, if I'm spending money on clothing every month, it might as well not be a sinking fund. Like I don't know. So something I just need to think for. I did change the layout for December to see what's going on. And I mean, I just need to look in the last 3 months of my expenses and see if it's worthy, if it's worth having a sinking fund for it. It just might not. Same thing with household. I'm spending money on my household every month, and so putting this money into sinking fund, it's not really doing anything for me. It might as well just be a living expense if this is what I'm going to be doing. So it's just something to think about as I go into November. So let's check out the percentages. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to zoom back out. All right, cool. So this is the category breakdown. I've been attempting to look at my expenses in terms of, sorry, the camera is shaking like crazy. It's not going to stop. But I've been attempting, I did the same thing in October. Did I? Am I lying? I did. Looking at my categories in terms of percentages. And there were some interesting things. So for business, it was 1%, and less than 1%, didn't really spend anything. Beauty 1.5, beauty service 3% of my income, personal 4%, dining 5%, gaming 4%, groceries 9%. That's the highest living expense, which makes sense. Like, people gotta eat. Miscellaneous was 1%. Transportation was 8%. I think that's super high. Craft stickers, nothing. Debt 31%, also the next highest. And 30% of my income going to debt is really nice. And then savings, I wrote the number 140. This is how much was actually saved for another date. So like, I did give like budget $472, and it did all go into the sinking fund account, but I spent so much from it that there's actually only $140.95 that will be saved for like a December or January or something. So I decided to stick with that number here. And so that was just 3%. And that was a little disappointing. And again, I think I just need to do some reflections on, is it worth having clothing and household as sinking fund? Giving I don't use as often. I don't know what it was a birthday. But I don't I don't know. I don't think it's worth it being a sinking fund. I need to think about it. I also am, it's not really on topic, but vacation is, I think it's going to disappear soon. I think it's like, how much do I have in here? $500 just sitting there chilling. And it's going to be chilling for a long time. It's going to be chilling for a long time, so I don't know. But anyway, I also went ahead and added these percentages that were here, and I only reached 70%. I trust the math on the percentages. I don't trust my spent numbers, and there's about 30% of money spent that is missing. I don't know where it is. I don't know. I can find it, but I just don't know where it is right now, and I wish either the way these categories are being broken down on these 2 pages or something, it's not explicitly written. It could be the money that was put into the sinking funds that was spent, which again, that's pretty hurtful. That's a lot. That's 30%, and that's not okay. So we need to figure it out. But I just put my little because that was concerning. And then we have our monthly comparisons and our no spend tracker. So I'm not even gonna lie, that's never been me. I didn't do this. I did not look at this. I did not do the no spend tracker. I didn't. I think I didn't do it. I've thought about doing like no spend challenges, but I don't know if that's going to be teaching me anything about how to spend my money. So as much as I want to like start 2021 with like, don't spend your money, do this challenge, do this, I don't know if it's actually going to teach me anything. No, don't know. And so I didn't use this, and we're not making one for December. It's not going to happen. It's a waste. But monthly comparison, okay. So I use, again, mostly the living expenses categories because these change by month. The bills, they don't change. So I just looked at that. And so we have October of 2020 here and then November of 2020. So for business, it was the same number, which I thought was pretty cool. Beauty, last month we spent $42. This month we spent $60, and so we spent $17 more. For beauty service, last month we spent $90. This month we spent $120, so we spent $30 more. So November is already out to be a lot more spending. For personal, we spent $67, $78. That's awesome because that was a huge under budget number. I like that. But for personal, in November, we spent $184.15. So we spent $116 more on reckless stuff for myself. It's not sounding too good. For dining out, we spent $302 in October. Gosh. And in November, we spent $217.14. So we're under here. This is pretty dope. By $84. It's still an overspend for the monthly budget. I may just need to think about how much money I am budgeting for dining because clearly the 100 is not working. For gaming, we spent $92.47 in October, but in this month it was $160, so we were over, but we spent $68 more in November. For groceries, we had $358, and this month it was around the same, $358. It's only a 58-cent difference, so I actually think moving forward that groceries should just be budgeted at $350. It's usually $300, so it was an overspend here. We increased it in November to account for Thanksgiving, and we still spent $350, so I think $350 may be the number. For unbudgeted, it was $44 last month, $70 this month, so we spent $25 more. Not okay. Transportation was $472. Woo! And 93 cents last month. This month of November, it was $351, so we spent $121 less, and that is amazing. For craft and stickers, we spent last month, but nothing this month, so again, we're under. And this really was just, I just didn't budget for that. Oh, man. And then for debt, last month in October, we paid $1,094 to my student loans. And in November, we gave $1,290.29. So we are over, or not over, I keep using that word, but that's not really what I mean. We spent or paid off $195 more to debt. So that is amazing. So overall, I feel like we did pretty good. I think there's some spending that was just a little off compared to last month. But I think, I mean, again, the debt number looks great, and so I'm going to take the wins where I can get it. Well, here we are. We have our monthly wrap-up for November all finished. Oh, my to-dos. I didn't do any of them. Not one. I wanted to read You're a Badass at Making Money, and I did not like the book. I don't even know how far I am in audiobook, but I didn't really care for it. And I just forgot that this exists. So I kind of need to make sure I'm putting these to-dos in my planner. But yeah, I think that's a great wrap up. I think we did really good in the month of November. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe so that you can continue to join me on my budgeting journey. Until next time, bye.